Good morning. I'm still in my PJs. I went outside, took my cat out. I made breakfast and I ate breakfast. But I guess I just want to be cozy right now. I'm kind of cold actually. But I haven't made one of these videos in a while. Well, I have, but the problem is I'm getting in my head again, and my perfectionism is kind of getting in the way a little bit. And also, like, old voices are coming back, and they're like, no, this doesn't make sense. Like, no one's gonna understand this, or people are gonna not like what you're saying, or whatever it is. People are gonna twist it the wrong way. And that's kind of why I didn't do these for a while, because that was kind of what was going on in my head before I would make these videos. And I kind of always had that in me that, like, I don't know what I'm saying, or what I'm saying doesn't make sense, or whatever. Maybe because of things people have said to me in the past. You know, not great feeling, but yeah. So anyways, that's not what I'm talking about today, but I'm gonna actually take my own advice in this video, and whatever comes out is meant to be, and hopefully I say everything I want to say. I don't write anything down. So hopefully I remember all the points I want to say, but if not, it's just not meant for this video. Maybe it'll be in another video. Maybe I'll never say it. Who knows? But I just want to, well, whoever's watching this, I just want to encourage start. Like, just start things that you want to do. Like, I know I have a lot to share, and I want to share these things with the world, and I've experienced a lot for being 22, and I've worked on myself a lot because of all the things I went through. So I feel like I'm able to share these things from a place of experience, and what a blessing that is, because I still have so much life to live. Well, I hope. But yeah, so anyways, today I wanted to talk about the topic of forcefulness, because I feel like it's been very prominent in my life lately, or the awareness of how much it shows up in everything that I do, in my thoughts, in my actions, how it controls me and my life, and our society, and where it kind of comes from. And it's been something I've been really recognizing a lot lately. And I actually met up with someone yesterday from my teacher training, and we spoke about this topic because things she was saying, and it kind of like reminded me of my experience, and just giving someone else the reassurance that I would have loved when I was experiencing this. And so I hope that this can help someone because I feel like this is so important for people to hear, and not enough people are telling us this, that this is okay. And yeah, so I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll just start like whatever's coming up first. This is in my mind, but that you can't do wrong if you are feeling, if you're doing something from a place of this feels right. And I guess that kind of, this video is a perfect example. I can't do anything wrong if I'm just speaking, and I'm speaking from whatever is coming up, and I'm not forcing anything. I can't do wrong from that, because it's coming from a place of, this is what's happening inside, this is what feels most aligned and most right to me. And obviously it takes time to get to a place where you can know what you're doing, if that's truly right for you, or if you feel like that's right because you feel like you have to. Because I think a lot in this world right now, there's this we all have this like little voice that's like, oh, I have to do this, I should do this, I have to be doing this right now. I got my teacher training certificate, I should start teaching yoga now. Or like, I just got out of school, like I need a good job now, or whatever it is. And it's just this unnecessary pressure that we put on ourselves, and that voice is not us. It's coming from society, or from someone that you grew up with that maybe implanted that mindset in your brain. And I just gotta check in with myself right now. I feel myself getting like anxious. I need to take a breath. I didn't get to meditate this morning, so that's probably why, or do any yoga. I almost did before this, but I was like, no, I'm not going to. I just want to do this right away, because I felt called to do this right away, and see, I was like following that. But it's tough, because sometimes you're trying to follow it, but you can't differentiate, if it's coming from you or if it's coming from fear or society or whatever it is. And that's just something that you develop over time. It gets easier, but the more you just take a second to listen and sit and be like, what do I need right now? What do I actually want? Even if that's so untraditional from what everyone else is doing. Let's say, like, for your life path, like, let's say everyone's telling you, oh, you should go to school now, like, you're done high school, like, what school are you gonna go to? And you're like, I don't want to go. Why did I do that? I don't want to go, but some part of you feels like you have to, and you don't really listen to that I don't want to go voice, because it's so quiet. Because the part of you that feels like you have to go, it now feels like it's actually what you want, because it's so much louder than that other voice. But if we take a second to, I don't know, meditate, get inside ourselves, we know the answer. The answer is always there. And then the more you get in tune with that, the easier it is, the quicker it gets to get in tune with that. And then you know, oh, like right now I feel like making this video, and I'm gonna do that instead of doing this. Or right now I feel like I need 5 minutes to meditate, 10 minutes to meditate, whatever. And then you take that time for yourself instead of, going straight back into work or whatever it is that you were gonna do instead. Like, you have that knowing. And I was talking with the person I met up yesterday and telling her how after I struggled after the yoga teacher training, and even during the teacher training, it was like a 9-month long training that we did. I did it with no intentions. I did it for myself, because it was just, actually I didn't even do it for myself. Well, yes, but I did it because it just felt, it was calling to me. Like, it felt like this was my next step. I was going to university, I was ready, I was registered for all my classes, and I decided to drop out like a few weeks before. I decided something doesn't feel right, and it was a hard decision to make, because inside of me I was like, oh, but I don't have any plans. Like, I don't have a plan other than this. Like, what am I gonna do if I drop out of school? And I just followed that, and it was hard, because I had to ask myself, is this fear or is this intuition? Like, what is this? And even if it was fear, I feel like I said, you can't do wrong if you're choosing what's right. Like, sometimes it's good to push past our fear, but we know when it's time to do that. Like, when it's time to, like, inside of you, no one can tell you other than you. You know when it's time to take that leap and to push past your fear. And in this case, it wasn't fear. I was really glad I followed my gut and didn't go, because I don't think it would have fit for me. Even though in the beginning when I registered, I was excited for it. It started to turn into me thinking, like, I don't think I'm gonna last long there. Like, I'm probably gonna quit and travel the world or something. I didn't end up traveling the world, but those thoughts were kind of like planting little seeds in my brain throughout the months that I had registered for university. And then it finally got to the point where I was like 2 weeks away from school, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like, something feels off. And so I decided not to go. And then not too long after, I had the idea to do my teacher training, and what a freaking gift. What a gift that was. Truly, the lessons I learned in that training were so special, and like the people I've met were so amazing, and I learned so much through that training. I had such amazing teachers, and they really took time to teach us about what yoga truly is and where it comes from, and it was just so special it felt like a gift. Like, I did this for me. I followed my gut, even though other people and what society thinks, it kind of feels like it's not a right decision, but inside of me it felt right, and I struggled with that decision a little bit, but when I made it, I knew it was right, and this felt like a reward for that, for following me. And I learned so much through my training, and while I was doing it, I was like, wait, I'm kind of good at this. And I mean, I've been practicing yoga for a while, but this was completely different than anything I've ever practiced, and I didn't really understand all the whole entirety of yoga, the 8 limbs and everything, until my training, and even how to practice yoga as well. It was like the asanas. It was such a enlightening experience, and but I realized while I was doing it, I was like, wait, I'm kind of good at teaching this and at sharing this, and I knew that I wanted to do something that helped people in some way with my life, and I was like, maybe this is part of my calling, part of what I'm gonna do. And so with that thought came pressure to, oh, how am I going to teach when I get out of here? Oh my God, I'm not going to be ready to teach. Like, this is too much. And just freaking out a little bit. And then people are like, oh, you're doing a teacher training, you're going to be a teacher after this. And they kind of just assume, and which I get, humans are curious, we place things together. But they kind of put that pressure on you as well, not intentionally, but it's that pressure of like, oh my God, everyone's expecting me to do this, I'm good at this. So even like even because of that, people are more expecting me more to do this and all of that. And but at the same time, I was like, it's not done yet. Like, as the same as not going to school opened that door for me to do my teacher training, I was like, I can't know how I'm going to feel when I'm done this training and what will come after that. That door has to close before anything else opens. And right now, all I can do is enjoy this and be present with it. And I don't know, be present with the teachings and the experience and everything that was there, because I would regret not being present for those things by thinking of what I was going to do after. And after I was done, I was like, wait, I actually feel a little bit more ready to teach, but there is still that block. There is still something, because I was like, I want it to come truly from a place of, this helped me so much and I want to give that to you. And that is what I want to do. But I feel like I needed more time to take care of myself and my body, because the training was really intense. I feel like my life was on pause while I was doing that. So I battled that a little bit of like, oh, I'm out, I should start right away, and I should do this and all of that, and getting people telling me to just start and just do it and whatever. And it took me a lot of time to realize that is what works for them, or that is their advice that they would give themselves, either because it truly works for them, or it's because that's what they hear and that's what they feel like they need to pass on. And it took me time to stop listening to that voice of, oh, you should do this, you have to do this, blah 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 blah, and instead of listening to it and freaking out with it and be like, oh my God, you're right, and then like, but I'm not ready yet, I don't know what to do, and then you feel paralyzed, and then you feel guilty, and all of these things that, what is the point? Like, that is what's making us so unhealthy and sick, and that's what keeps us stuck, is that listening to that voice that's not coming from us, and then taking it and being like, oh my God, right? And then just feeling paralyzed because it feels like we're telling ourselves to do something, and then our other part of ourselves is like, no, I'm not ready right now. And then you're not telling yourself that it's okay. You're just kind of shaming yourself because you're like, why am I telling myself this and I can't get there and blah blah blah. And trust me, I don't know who's watching this, but this has been a battle in my life for years. And I feel like, because I'm not on a traditional path. Like, anyone that knows me is probably like, what the fuck is she up to now? Like, I've always just been trying to figure out my own path, and really trying to do what's right for me, because I realize that this is my life. I don't owe anyone like my life. Like, I don't owe them how I live, because it's not their life. That's maybe how they see like my life for them, but it's not their life, it's mine. So I just really wanted that freedom to do what I want with my life, and especially losing someone so close to me so young as well taught me that that life is truly so short and special and memorable, and we don't know when it can end. And for a while that was a thought that kept me stuck as well, but it because I've learned that technique of I didn't even get there, but because I learned to listen to that voice and not let it take over, and know how to work with it, now that thought doesn't scare me as much anymore, and it's made me want to live even more for me, and to do things that I like and fill my life with as much love and purpose and fulfillment as possible, because that is truly the best gift that you can give yourself, that you can give. If you want to honor someone who's passed, that is the best gift you can give them as well. Personally, that's what I believe, because I think that I don't know, that's just my personal opinion, and you don't have to agree with that. See, this is also coming from a place of, you might listen to this and this might not feel right to you. You might be like, what? This makes no sense. I don't agree with this. And that's okay. That's just how, trust that and be okay with that. And maybe if you're getting angry, then that's also something to look at. Maybe that's something to be aware of. But at the end of the day, this could resonate with someone, or it can make someone upset, and whatever that is, just be okay with whatever is there, because that is who you are right now. And if we keep going against ourselves, what is that gonna do for us? Like, truly, what does that do? It does nothing. I spent so many years being against myself because I'm trying to live this way, and I tell myself, okay, like, I know, I understand, I'm gonna do that, and I hear you, but like, I can't right now. And then it's just like this battle, and then you feel so awful and full of shame, and then all of your days are spent like that. And that's your life, because we are living right now. Like, we're not this here. Sorry, I'm getting so passionate. This is like my favorite thing to talk about, but I feel like we're all trying to get here to this end goal by working, by, I don't know, having experiences and all of this. And we have those, and then we're just like, okay, but this is just leading me up to here. Or at least that's how I was seeing it. And I feel like a lot of us do. But now I realize that here doesn't exist. Like, what are we trying to get to? Like, life is now. We are living right now. And whatever you're doing right now, make sure that you find a way to enjoy it as much as possible, because well, actually, don't put that pressure on yourself either. It's coming more from a place of like, accept everything that's happening and be okay with it, and feel what you need to during that day, and accept what you I don't know, enjoy the experiences that you have right now, because they're not leading you up to something. They are part of your life, and they are part of your experience, and we're so lucky to have these experiences and to even be alive. Like, so many people don't have even that privilege to be here and to be breathing, and I don't know, even like just having a home and a family and support and health. Like, if you have those things, then you can find happiness in everything else somehow, because you're alive. But anyways, I didn't even get to share more about what I was speaking about. I kind of went off topic. I feel kind of emotional because I'm just like, I don't know, I want to I just excuse me, whoa. I just feel like I've unlocked such a huge part of myself that was keeping me locked for so long, and now I'm so excited to share that with people as well, because I don't know, I just would have loved for someone to tell me it's okay to not force yourself to do something. And I did have people telling me that, like my therapist, but she's my therapist, so I was like, whatever. Like, I don't believe it yet. So like, you're telling me this, but like your job is to help me be okay. So but now I have an understanding of it, and to a certain degree, I'm sure it's always going to grow and change. Whoa, excuse me. But yeah, I'm just so grateful for this lesson, and to truly finally integrate it into my life, and I hope it can help someone else as well. But I also want to talk about this topic in terms of exercise as well, and movement. This can go for literally anything. I was talking about it more for like small decisions, big decisions, your life path, but I also want to use this example because this is something that came up when I was the last few days, and I've been thinking about this, journaling, but it was about working out and exercise and movement. Well, obviously I was in a YTT, so I came out and I was like, I have all of these tools on how to take care of my body, and I know how to do a practice, like a whole session, and I can give that to myself. But a lot of days I couldn't, like, I just was like, I can't even get on the mat. And that thought of like, oh, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, like today I'll challenge myself, or like maybe I can do this today or whatever, and then I wouldn't get on the mat. And I think that, and because I wouldn't get on the mat, then I wouldn't do anything else. Like, I wouldn't even do restorative yoga or stretches, or I don't know, even go for a walk. Maybe not to that extent, but it's just like, I'm just like exaggerating it a little bit. But I set this expectation of what I should be doing, not only that day, but every day. Like, if I didn't do this yesterday, or if I haven't been doing this, or like whatever, if I don't know how to explain it, but like, if I haven't been doing this, then like I'm gonna continue not doing it or whatever. But because it's just setting this expectation for yourself of what you should be doing. And I think it's because I wasn't truly listening, and now I'm listening, and I'm like, hey, maybe all I need is rest, and that's why. And that doesn't mean that I'm not becoming healthier, or I'm not strengthening my body, or whatever it is, or I'm not helping my body. It actually, by listening to myself, and maybe if I'm, not working out for a few weeks or a few months, whatever it is, at a time, at least I'm doing something to help myself, and I'm truly listening. That is healthier than anything else, because yes, it's good to push ourselves and be committed and I don't know, to yeah, I don't know, to do those things. It's good to push ourselves sometimes, but I think we take that and we take it too far. Like, I think we're like, okay, I understand I need to push myself, but then we push ourselves past our limits and we don't even realize sometimes. And I think sorry, I got distracted. My mom just yelled something and I was like, what's going on? But I think we know, like I said before, we know when it's time to challenge ourselves, to push ourselves. But for me, I was like, when is that time coming? Like, I feel like I can't do that right now. Like, it doesn't feel right. And I was getting upset about that. And then that pressure of getting upset that I wasn't doing something that I was setting up in my head was making me not want to do anything at all, because I was feeling guilt and shame. And the second I let myself be okay with what I needed in this moment, and not thinking about the past or the future, like, how is this going to affect my future? How, like, the past, I haven't been doing anything, like, or I keep doing this every day, like, what is that going to do for me? And it's like, stop. Like, I just have to stop thinking about that, because what do I need right now in this moment? And that's all you need. Like, that's all you need to think about. And I think there's also, like, this hustle culture, not only for work, but also for working out. And it's like, you don't need to listen to anyone's advice. You don't need to listen to what works for anyone. Like, you don't even need to listen to me right now. Like, you don't. You know the answers. You know what works for you. Like, everything else is just a guideline. Everything I learned in yoga, about yoga philosophy as well, it's a guideline, and it's so helpful. But sometimes some of that guide doesn't work for me, and that's okay. Only you know. And I think I truly believe that is how you become your healthiest self. Because if all you need is restorative yoga, or you need rest, and you're going to the gym every day to push yourself and be consistent and like work hard, then you're going in with a different intention. You're going in with force, and sometimes you might feel good coming out of that happens to me sometimes. Maybe that was what you were meant for that day. But it's just really all about listening and truly knowing what you need and not what you feel like you need. Because I'm like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of feeling tired all the time, and I don't want to have to do restorative yoga every day. So then I just don't do it, because I'm like, I don't want to keep doing this every day. But that is, like, this is also yoga. Like, this is part of yoga. Like, yoga is not just like a hard, intense practice, but yoga is really listening and being aware and that connection. So listening to myself and what I need for my practice that day, and giving myself that is what true yoga is. And anyways, so you can find your yoga in whatever it is you do in your life. And yeah, but it's just about listening and being okay with where you're at, because no one can tell you what you're doing is wrong or right, because no one knows. Literally no one knows anything. Like, we're all here for the first time. We don't have a rule book about life and how we should be living it. You can't do wrong by thinking, by doing what's right inside of you. Like, maybe if I do restorative yoga every day and I'm consistent with it, then I can get to a point where I feel good to challenge myself and do harder practices, because I listened to myself in that moment. And that will make me healthier than pushing myself to do something that doesn't feel right. And that's honestly like a good metaphor for, like, that's like a very good example for life itself too, and forcing yourself to do things that you don't want to do. And obviously I'm not saying like don't do anything. Like, if you don't feel like doing anything, don't do it. I just mean like finding that middle place of listening, of knowing when it's time to push yourself, and knowing when it's time to rest, being okay with where you are, and listening to what it is you truly need in that moment, or what you're truly asking for, without thinking about anyone else. And those things, that's a hard practice. It's a very consistent, and it's kind of like you have to commit to that practice as well, to being aware and listening. But if you're not, then that's just not meant for you in this moment, and that's okay. And yeah, it's nice to live life that way as well, because then you don't have any relationship to anything, or like expectation for anything. You're just like, it is what it is. It wasn't meant to be that way, or I'm not meant to do this right now. And it's like, sometimes I fall out of routines and I start to freak out. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't journal for 3 days and whatever. But I'm like, maybe that's just not what I was meant to do today. Maybe I was meant to do something else to help me, and that's okay. Like, for some people, consistency and structure and discipline and routine works. Maybe it works for a short amount of time, and then people stay in it because it worked for so long, but then it doesn't work anymore, but they stay because that's what they're used to. And it's just, we don't listen to ourselves as much, which is so understandable, because we're kind of taught not to, and to listen to what other people say and use other people as guides as to how to live. But only you know how to live your own life. Like, no one can tell you that. And that goes for literally every single thing. And I think sometimes what feels right might not be the best for us, in that, like, in some ways, but some, or not the best for us. I think, like, how can I give this an example? Because I'm not saying, like, do drugs and stuff. I'm scared that's like how it's coming off, like, just do what you want, and maybe it's meant for you to be that way. But I just think if you follow always what feels the best inside, you can't steer yourself wrong. And that goes for your perspective, your mindset, and how you, like, your actions, whatever, because we learn from all those things as well. And like I said, if I fall out of something, sometimes I learn something through that, or if I regress a little bit, I learn something through that. Like that saying, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, or whatever. It's so true. Like, every time I go through a darker period, I just try to accept it as it is now, because I used to freak out about it, and be like, oh my god, like, I get it, I'm here, like, whatever, and it's meant to be, and I need this period right now, but I'm accepting it, but not really, you know. And one more thing, because I didn't mention this, but I was telling the friend I met up with yesterday about this analogy that my therapist gave me. But when that voice comes up of, oh, I have to do this, or I should do this, and then you kind of hear it and it's freaking out, because it's like, oh my god, like, you need to be doing this, or else this is gonna happen, or this is gonna happen, or this person's gonna do this, and whatever. And it's like, you hear that voice, and then it's kind of like a child having a tantrum, and then you're watching that child having a tantrum and going like, oh my god, like, freaking out with it, like, oh my god, you're right, like, we gotta do this, and freaking out with that child. But if you look at it as, again, I've spoken about this before, but if you look at it and see it as your child self, and you kind of try to figure out where it's coming from, like, is this coming from a parent, a sibling, a friend, someone you found online, like, whoever, like, where is this voice coming from? Because it's most likely not you, unless, I don't know, it feels like it is, but maybe, I don't know, but you can try to identify where it's coming from. That might take a lot of time, but try to find that out. Try to figure that out somehow. No, but yeah, you can try to find ways to figure out where it might be coming from, and that helps you disconnect from it a little more. And then you could see the child having a tantrum and instead like sitting by and being like, okay, I'll wait for you to be done, and not letting it control you as much anymore, because we don't want to be controlled by our own minds. Like, that's not a life worth living to me. Like, it's not. I don't want to be controlled by my mind, and I don't want to be miserable because of my mind. And yeah, I want to truly enjoy and be present, and yeah, live as much as I can. And it's harder to do that when I'm living up here. But yeah, whenever it comes up now, I see it as my child self, and I understand where it comes from, and I try to talk to it like I would my child self, and I tell it it's okay, and I tell it it's okay to not do this. You're okay. You're okay to not do this, because pressure and shame and guilt is not going to get you to where you want to be. So for some people maybe, but it doesn't work for me. It didn't work for me, and it just kept me in this shame spiral, and I was never able to get out of it. And I knew that I had to accept what I was feeling to get out of it, but I couldn't, and I didn't understand why. And now I understand that I needed to go through all of that to get here. Like, it took me so long to get here, and you know, it's so worth it. But that was just my path and how I needed to go through it. But now I feel like I'm finally allowing myself to dream bigger and to do things and not take things as seriously and not be as afraid, because I was able to talk to that voice and tell it that it's okay that it's feeling this way, like truly, and truly feel truly accepting it. And I kind of spoke about this in my video about letting go, I think. But yeah, it's that's like truly the only way you can let go of something. And I don't think we ever truly let go. We just learn to live with whatever is there, and we learn to adapt to it. And like, this voice, I don't think will ever fully go away. It's just an exercise of learning that it's there, and hearing it and being okay with it. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this. I feel like there's so much more, but clearly I'm very passionate about this, because this was 40 minutes long, and I try to keep my videos short. But you know what? I was like, I'm not gonna set a limit on these videos anymore, because maybe that also puts that pressure of I need to say all of this in a short amount of time. So yeah, just do what feels right. Be yourself. Honestly, it's so cheesy, but it's so true. Like, truly just be yourself. You know what's right. You know what to do. Guide yourself. Guide your child self. Take it by the hand and guide it. And yeah, you literally, I swear to God, I believe that anything is possible if you truly believe it is, and you put in the work. And this is also a lot of hard work, so be kind to yourself. And yeah, I'm gonna pull one card from this deck, because I'm curious if anything will come up from what I spoke about. Maybe not, but I'd like a little message for everyone watching. I'm just shuffling them, and then I'll go. I was gonna pull another one, like a more deep one, but this one is quick. And whoa! I mean, it kind of works. It says, moods are indicators of my emotional set points, and it's cute. It's like winter time, and wintertime is a great place of rest, solitude, and reflection. And yeah, I feel like I was talking about this yesterday, actually. My friend brought it up, how winter literally is the earth telling us to slow down, and it's true. It really is. because everything right now, fall, like everything is dying, and in the winter, everything is kind of paused, and it's like allowing us to rest and be okay. And saying moods are indicators of my emotional set points is kind of saying that, like, you know everything that you need, and you know when you need it, you know how. You just have to dig for the answers a little bit in the beginning, and then it gets a bit easier to find them and figure it out. But don't let anyone tell you that what you're doing is wrong, because they don't know. I don't know. They don't know. You don't know. So just make it up. Why choose what everyone else is doing as like a safe, like just to be safe, if that doesn't feel right? If it feels right, by all means, do whatever you want. But if it doesn't feel right, then you know what you need. But anyways, let's read the back. It says, when you continue to focus on any thought, it becomes increasingly easy to continue to focus on it, because the law of attraction is making more thoughts like it available to you. And so, emotionally speaking, you are developing a mood, or you are achieving a habitual vibrational groove, so to speak, or a set point. Okay, what I'm getting from this is sometimes I don't understand these cards. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because it kind of just like everywhere. But I feel like sometimes the law of attraction and all of that can put pressure also as well. So I don't know, because you don't want to, like, you think, like, from this I'm like, oh my god, if I read this in the past I would have been like, oh my god, my thoughts I'm doing this to myself and I can't stop. But it's like, chill. Like, just like I said, you know what to do all the time, and you are not creating bad for yourself. We just keep ourselves stuck sometimes because of what we're told and how we're taught to live. And the more you get in touch with yourself and in tune with yourself, you learn how to adapt and live for you. And you learn that all these things that you're struggling with, you're not creating bad things in your life. Like, it's just I don't know, the universe, God, whatever it is you believe in, it's not against you, it's working with you, trust me. And you just find a way to allow that and trust that and believe it. And if you can support yourself, then and if you truly love and believe in yourself, then I swear you can do anything. So yeah, just keep listening and don't put pressure on yourself. And if you do put pressure on yourself, talk to it like a friend, a child, anything that you feel that resonates with you, or maybe you'll find your own way. But know that pressure is most likely not coming from you. And once you realize that, then you can talk to it like it's separate from you and understand it a bit more. I kind of also, there's the number 26 here, and I want to quickly search up the meaning of 26. I don't know why, I just felt called. The number 26 is seen as a blend of the energies of 2 and 6, representing diplomacy, compassion, balance, and nurturing. It is also associated with success that is hard-earned and a connection to material rewards or wealth. Additionally, the number 26 has religious significance in some faiths, such as being the number of generations, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I actually just realized I don't want this. Okay. Well, yeah, it's compassion, balance, nurturing. It's time to bring your life path into balance in order to achieve internal peace. Also these numbers, like angel numbers, anything, it's you take what you need. Like, you can create your own meaning of anything. So I don't know. 26. Anyways, I don't know if that made sense, but whatever. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun talking and creating it, and I've been struggling a lot with making these videos, but I think I needed to make some and not post them to get here to where I am and make this long video. And yeah, I'm excited to post this. I hope it reaches someone and it helps someone, because I will say this a million times if I need to, because it's such a good reminder. But yeah, thank you. Have a great day.